Hi, I'm Jada Jackson. I'm a senior at Grosse Pointe North. I researched the efficacy of Black history and the way that it's taught at Grosse Pointe North. And I came to the conclusion that Black History Month isn't taught in a meaningful way. And what I mean by that is it's not empowering to Black students. I think the way that's taught is actually hindering Black students. And I say this because, the history that is taught, it's always the moments where Black people were let down, Black people were shunned, Black people weren't cared about. And I just think that only provides, just a negative light. And imagine your only representation in school is this negative light. And you're not seeing any leaders, you're not seeing any successful people, you're not seeing pioneers that look like you. Nobody looks like you. The thing is, the education system is supposed to maximize your success academically. And I think if you're not showing the right representation, you can be hindering that student's success. This right here is a chart I made for the similarities I saw within my teachers. The reason why English is so empty is because I had to do it online due to external events that I couldn't control, and it was sent over email, so I didn't have much information. The yellow thumbs up means that they are agreeing, but I think it was implied, they didn't just straight up say it. History and leaders can be incorporated into math, or is that not something you see for the future of math or in math?
I've been grappling with this because I do have a slide deck of mathematicians, famous mathematicians who are not just white men. But how can I incorporate that in a meaningful way?
You say in a meaningful way, you would want it to stick. And I've heard a lot of teachers say that in a meaningful way, and I want to accomplish it in a meaningful way where I'll be I'm telling you about it once and it's kind of it resonates with you, so it'll stick. But I don't.
And I think it takes time to do that. So much time. I think it should be a course. It'd be great if we had a Black history course.
It would be great.
It would be great because there are even other social justice topics that I could hit in now that have to do with math. But the amount of time it would take to do it justice, to really hit all of the important sides of it, hear all the voices that need to be heard, it would be an entire year.
That would be a struggle for him.
2.5.
The history curriculum by itself already incorporates a good amount of Black history.
I think it facilitates that being brought in. I don't know if older school ways of doing things, whether it's worksheets or working out a textbook, I don't think that highlights it. I guess the way that U.S. history at least works out is the timing of it's not great, I guess, for African American history, though obviously all periods of American history you could focus on shining lights. But me personally, as a history teacher, I try and bring in African American history wherever I can, and it's not just the negative side of okay, here's where they were done wrong throughout history, but trying to highlight key figures, people who maybe you haven't heard of before when we talk about the Harlem Renaissance.
So do you feel a lot of it comes down to what the teacher thinks, what they should teach?
I don't know if it comes down to this. I think we're kind of caught in we're kind of caught in a middle area, right? It's we have all this curriculum that we have to get through, right? And I think we sometimes worry about, all right, what's the stuff that we have to get through and what's the stuff that we can add that is the good things to add, right? And again, how do we come off as authentic and putting that stuff in?
When you're teaching history, you have to incorporate Black history.
I don't feel
the history.
I don't want to say I have to.
Well, not have
but you
to,
want
but
to. But I mean Yeah, but then my question is that more just how our country is, where it's like it feels like there's this need to do it instead of just it is the way we do it. Does that make sense? Like, if I
But
think,
like it should be, it is the way we do it. Like it should just be that way.
right, instead of just being like,
Oh,
I
we
have
have
to,
to.
right, exactly. Like I have to incorporate. Like it should just be we just incorporate it because that's the story of our country. Where sometimes it's this push like we have to include it because it's African. I can't even talk to you. Right? It's because it's February, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you have this idea as Black History Month that we have to do these things. Like, no, we can do it throughout the year. We can do those things. And again, kind of going back to